Okay, hey guys. Today or actually yesterday, I got first place at my, was it Rage of the Abyss sneak peek event. There was, I think, 32 people there, and in 4 rounds, I got first. I went 4-0. I, let's see, what did I play? I played against Bestial Centurion, played against Sprite, I played against Branded, Puppet Lock, and last round I played Snake Eye Fire King. And so yeah, it was a really good, really good day for me. I think the deck did really well, and also I made some updates to the deck that are like they're a little like insignificant when you look at it like deck profile wise, but the way the deck plays before and after I made these changes is just so good, and I much prefer this. So I wanted to show you guys the update, show you what I'm playing, and also talk about one of the new cards that came out in Rage of the Abyss that I ended up being able to play. So and we'll get to that actually very soon. But so I played 3 LZ, 3 Sylvie, and 2 Rusia. This is, I think, for Runick White Forest, this is pretty standard. And then I played 2 Woes. I was playing 3, but now we have the new Scourge of the White Forest. So this card is really good, actually. So it says, tribute 1 Synchro monster, then target a face-up card on the field, negate its effects. Then if you tribute a White Forest Synchro monster, you can special summon an illusion monster from your grave. And it also has the effect where if you discard it by monster effect, kind of like the Woes or like the Tails, you can reset it. So what's really nice is like if you open one of these, you can just, with your Sylvie, you can just search the other, and you just like, it's a lot more common that you'll have like both sets of interaction. So like I always have so much interaction with my opponent now that I have like Scourge as well. So it's actually a really good card, and also just like a negate. In the grind game, I can keep adding it back and just negating each of their top deck. It's just really good. And also if they have like a blowout, if they have a cosmic for your like what's it, for your field spell, for your Runick Fountain, if they have like an evenly, they, you know, any crazy card like that, talents, basically any card that activates on the field, you can essentially just get a free negate. Also, if they try and Dark Ruler your board, it's like, okay, you contribute the synchro, and then because it's an illusion, you can bring it back. Like it's kind of crazy. So yeah, absolutely incredible card. No more than a 1-of, I think. I think the Woes is much better to have at 2, but I still think having like 3 cards like that, to have his discards off your Hugins is still really good. For the fountain, for the Runick stuff, not a lot has changed, or in fact nothing has changed, I think, from my last one. 2 fountain, 3 tip, 3 freezing curses, 3 flashing fire, 3 destruction, 3 slumber, and then 1 dispelling and 1 smiting storm. You could put in a droplet if you want. I don't know. I think 17 is fine. I'm happy with 17. Sorry, there's quite a bit of glare. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that. But yeah, pretty standard. Need a lot of Runick names for more consistency, so that's always nice. I'm playing 2 Upstart. A lot of people play this at 3. 3 is okay. I mean, like, the issue is you're not really gaining all that much by playing 3. So like I cut 1 just to make space for other stuff in my deck. Not that I specifically don't want to play 3, but it plays into Droll more. Yeah, you can add it back, but I'm already drawing into my deck a bunch. I'm probably going to get this, so I can add, like, the chance I'll be able to add it back is pretty high anyway. There's not a lot of times where I just want a random draw anyway, so there'll be other cards I'd rather add back. But it's still a good card. I just don't think the consistency percentage boost that having 3 in the deck gets you is that good. And I don't really have any card that I want to cut for a 3rd one, so I'm also playing 2 Foolish Burial Goods. This card in this deck is actually kind of, it's, what's the word? I want to almost call it toxic. Excuse me, because with Diabell, you can add back any spell or trap from your grave, and I'm going to be drawing through my deck a lot more than most decks will. So, you know, drawing into either this or the one of target for it in skill drain is kind of nutty. So I can send this and then add, or I can activate this, send this, and then add back it with Diabell. And it's so funny. I went to another tournament today. This wasn't the pre-release tournament. It was yesterday, but I went to a tournament today and I played, I think in my last round, which I won as well. I activated Foolish Burial Goods and they're like, huh? Like, what could you be sending? And then when I put sent Skill Drain to the grave, they're like, oh my god, like, bro, it was pretty funny. But yeah, it's just these cards are so broken in this deck. I can have Skill Drain for my opponent's turn and I can just send it on my turn. So it's just for one turn, you know, it's kind of broken. So yeah. Excuse me. Then last 5 cards, I played 2 talents and 3 evenly because it's a really nice blowout card. I think from my last profile I was playing 3 Dark Ruler. That was super bricky. If I do something my opponent wants to interact with me, I can talents to rip a card or draw 2 or anything like that. So, and also it's a decent board breaker. I can also take my opponent's stuff going second. I'm much happier with this ratio than having like the 3 Dark Rulers in there as well. So I think this is very much the better cards to be playing and the better ratios. Not only one thing has changed in the extra deck, so I'll go through this pretty quickly. 1 Diabell, 1 Resilia, or whatever, and then 1 Silvera. You only need 1 of each. 1 of the Coral Dragon, and then 1 of the Tri-Edge Master. This helps you make Changing really easily with your level 4 tuners. Then the 1 Changing, because this card is so bust. I just make it and then start just breaking apart your opponent's board and their grave and just banishing everything is kind of crazy. And then the 1 Zapper Shrimp to go into Changing. Yeah, so that's it for the synchros. I bumped Hugin up to 3. I was gonna play Fusion. Was it Fusion Substitute? I think it's the spell card that I would discard off of Hugin. I could basically allows you to put a fusion monster from your graveyard back into your deck and draw a card. I was gonna play that and get away with playing 2, but 2 things. 1, I bought 3 online and all 3 were super tacoed. They were super warped, and I'm just like, I'm like, even from like would I even be allowed to play this standpoint? Like, I'm not even 100% sure if it would be legal for me to play it. But even from like just a personal preference, I'm like very picky about even the slightest like warping in my cards. And I really don't like to play with them. So yeah, I'm just not playing them for now. But I found 3 Hugin, just bumping it up to 3 and taking out Chaos Angel was just a better play. I'm much happier playing 3. Also play the 1 Munin for time essentially and targeting protection, which is pretty good. And then the 2 Gary. You could probably cut this to 1, but having 2 is always nice. I sometimes need the second one as a extender or something, so yeah. And then the last card's Baguska, kind of busted, and SP Little Knight, which in this deck is really good, and I go into it like a lot, especially breaking apart my opponent's boards. So onto the extra deck, I play 3 Phantasme. I'm probably going to take this out because I have these cards now. This is just, I think, just going to be generically better. So I don't see a whole lot of purpose to play Phantasme now. If you need like a body for your deck on field and that can benefit you, then Phantasme is still a really good card even in this format. but I don't think I'll need Phantasmics plus Molcharmies. But, you know, these are still really good. I'm playing 3 Dogwood. I'm probably going to cut this. This is just because I'm scared of people playing slow and going into time. But I generally know what I'm doing and can play pretty fast. So, like, most of the time, you know, we're not quite getting to the point where, like, I need a win condition in time. And also, I think, like, having this leads to kind of, I think, lazy gameplay. You know, I think it makes both me and I think people in general better players when you don't have just this kind of cheesy out to just some BS time roll, to be honest. So, yeah, I think I'm going to take this out. For what? I do not know exactly. I have a couple things in mind, but yeah, I'll think about that, and I may update you guys. 3 Droplet. This is actually I wasn't a big fan of Droplet and Runick decks, but this was surprisingly kind of crazy. I think especially into U-Bell boards and Snake Eye boards, like this deck, or excuse me, this card makes it so I kind of feel like if I open this going second against them, it's not quite an insta-win, but it's like very close. It's not like a blowout, but I think like I can control the game, I can control the board, and then I can just keep doing my my Runick stuff, my White Force stuff, and I just think it's a really good card. Glad to see that Droplet is back after like the whole, what was it, Cashtira format with a Rise Tower. Oh my god, I hated that. No one played Droplet, thanks, it's so bad. But I played 3 Cosmic too. This is just a good card, deciding going first or second. Against like Desiree, you can banish the card equipped with it, so this turns off their negate. Against other Runick players, that turns this off. You can, depending on the matchup, banish their Fire King field spell and just blow up their entire board. I think just a generically good card, and I still need to get 2 more of my QCRs, but that'll come eventually. And then the last card's 1 Call By, just to protect against, like, you know, Molcharmies, protect against D-shifters, and just a generically good going first card. Then last cards is 1 Tikaboo and 1 Dimensional Barrier. So this is like really good against U-Bell. So I essentially side out the skill drain for this, and any other match where like it's all just like one type, it's just a blowout. And then D-Barrier essentially for the same thing, but for decks like Branded, or basically any deck that has a heavy emphasis on like one specific extra deck card. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I was really happy with the way the deck performed. I think I played really well too. I think I made a lot of good choices, and I've been learning and improving with this deck too, a lot. So, you know, I was able to get first place, and first place out of 32 people is not, you know, not bad. There's some pretty competitive people who go to my locals. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it, and I wanted to give a quick update for the small changes that I made. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Any questions, comments, feel free to put them in the comments and let me know. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this deck, and I look forward to testing it more, making more changes if need be, you know, and just keep having fun with it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.